We can bet again. So this is the part 2 adverbial phrase. So for the adverbial phrase, such as I'm explaining you, so such as we already use, we often use this word, this method, for example. This method, for example, I have a lot of the subjects to study for the test. It's method for the subjects such as physics, biology, business study, chemistry, and so on there. So such as using is like that. So other one, the first one is just before I do that as a result. Second one is in other words. The third one is the suggest. So the fourth one I will share about this since the tenor. As I see since the tenor. Since the tenor mean to indicate, to show about the since the beginning of the time. Since the 10 2014, I have studied online learning from the FutureLearn platform. So since the 10th of May, beginning of the time. So now you know that the example, what's the meaning of the since the 10th of SINC is since, DHC the, TURN 10, OF4, since the 10th of. So number 5. Number 5, adverbial phrase, that is the as a matter of fact. What does this mean, the as a matter of fact? As a matter of fact. ASSAMATTER, matter of fact. As a matter of fact means that if you want to tell about very precise, very detailed, if you want to talk about that, we use that as a matter of. So let me show you the example. As a matter of, we have had a long journey. We have a long journey still to go. As a matter of fact. As a matter of fact, if we talk about the in detail, if I have to say in detail, it's me to say in detail. So that's why as a matter of fact, we have a long journey to go for our marching, our commitment. It's like this, as a matter of fact. As a matter of fact means that is telling about detail. So other way, just before I already explained you that the other way, adjective, adverb plus other word. So for preposition plus or other word. So other way, other ways that we use that the other way is mean the whole time or the whole distance. If we're telling about that, the whole thing, the whole time, the whole distance. So we use that the other way. We have a. We have to use this many for rain, or the way to my future, or the way to my future. So all the way to my future means that or the time of or the distance or the whole day I have to go that we use that the other way. So other way the whole time or telling about the whole distance, we use other way adverbial phrase. We can use the other way adverbial phrase. And then so far. So this was a very common in our student life. Just a joke, we say that in almost all our Myanmar learner, we know that so far so good. so far so good is mean that we are translating the wrong way that so far mean very, very far. No, not like this. So far mean till now. And till now, this is called the so far. So far, I'm still good. I'm in the pink. I'm in the pink means that I'm in good health until now is me. So far. So far is the adverbial phrase. I'm in the pink me, that is the idiom. I am in the pink. Last video, I have explained you about the last video in the pink me that I'm the good health and healthy condition. So far so good me. Until now, I am feeling good. I'm good in. Most of our condition is good in this time until now. It's me that so far. Other one is the way to expand. Way to. Way to. W-A-Y, way, T-O-O, way to. Way to, this means that if I tell you that this meaning is the telling about very strongly. It's me to make the meaning to be more emphasized, more emphasize in the meaning, we use the way, way do. This new version Apple electronic is way too expensive. Way too expensive, so way too dear, way too me, very, very. If you want to talk about the soul or weight, so like the very, or if we want to emphasize something, we use that the way too. And then other one is on top of that. O-N-O, D-O-B, on top of. On top of that, it means that when we want to tell it about the most problem, if we want to tell about it, the most problem is, so the most problem, the most trouble issue is that if we want to talk about the very terrible thing, so we use the on top of that. He is not nice to be accompanied of as. On top of that, his bad behavior. On top of that, his arrogant mindset would like that. So on top of that is the main problem. So the main trouble issue, the main problem. That time we use that on top of that. So other one is that the to a certain extent. So this adverbial phrase often used in our writing skill. That is very useful word for in our writing skill to extent to a certain extent, to a certain extent. To a certain extent means the extent means amount. Extent means amount or degree. We want to tell about the EST, the extent means to tell about the degree or amount. So to a certain extent means that. So if you agree something in a definite amount, so we say that to a certain extent. CRT and certain, definite, and then the extent, EST, the extent means the amount or the degree, the measurement. So, for example, to a certain extent, I agree to oppose them because they are terrorists, like this. So, to a certain extent, it means to tell about to the definite amounts of. So we use that to a certain extent. And then when is the here and there, this adverbial phrase is very common. So here and there, I see your photo. I see your post here and there. Most of people share your post here and there. So I see in your post you are going around here and there. Are you a traveler? You are going around here and there like this. You can see that. So totally, let me conclude my video, my learning, my sharing information. The first one is that as a result. As a result means so, therefore, consequently telling about. In other words, me on the other hand. So such as me, for example. Since the time of me, we can use the since the time of me, since the time of. Instead of time, we use the since the time, TUR since the time of. As a matter of fact means that if we want to tell it about the more detailed, more precise meaning, we use that as a matter of fact. And then other one is the other way. Other way means the whole time, the whole distance is mean that we use the other way. So far is the until now. So far so good, like this. So far, and then what is the way to? Way to means that we use the way to. This way to is that mean that if we want to emphasize telling about, we use way to. Way too expenses. I want to buy that latest model. However, I can buy it. It is a way too expensive. I can afford like this. We can use. And then on top of that is the most difficult problem. This means that on top of that, I want to do for your company. On top of that, salary payment is very lower. So I can do in your company. Like on top of that, the most problem is that. So the number 10 one is the to a certain extent. So it's mean that if you want to tell about the agree, how much you agree you are telling, you use such adverbial phrase to an extent to a certain extent. So the last one here and there. So I want to see your success here and there. Okay. Hope you all get these adverbial phrases. Hope you know that well. And then later you practice some of the day. In the comment I will give you. So this exercise you have to fill the blank by yourself. Okay. Hope you know this learning well. Yeah. Bye bye. See you next video again. Thanks for your appreciate your passion of learning.